Welcome to Taja Michelle Ministries. I want to thank you for liking and subscribing. I thank you for coming to the channel. Thank you for everything that you show to show appreciation to this channel. I thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you for sharing. If you feel led to share, I pray that you will share the message. If you feel led to, I just wanted to come on and talk about. Let me get it together. What God told me. Give it to you the right way. What He told me. I want you to come. Just listen to what I'm saying about when your faith is being tested. Okay. All right. I want to get into that. When your faith is truly being tested. I hope this lighting is okay. I don't know. I can't get it right today. But anyway, when your faith is being tested in a way that where you can't do nothing but ask God to let your will be done in all things. So I just want to come on and just say this right here. When you done did all you can do, and you done prayed all you can pray, you started praying, and it just seemed like you can't get whatever situation and you can't get that situation, to change. So the only thing you can do is just stand on your faith and trust God that He gonna help you, even with a sickness, even with a business, even with a marriage, even with somebody you thought you was gonna be with, then you find out you find out that they chose someone else. It just things that God was giving me. But anyway, I want to just say, when your test is being faith, when your faith is being tested, and you don't know which way to go, and you praying for that child or that grandchild or that granddaughter or that husband or that wife to change, and it just seems like the more you pray, the worse it get. Okay, that's a test that God is giving you. It's a test of your faith to see. We can say, I'm gonna make some examples. We can say that we walking with God. We can say that all day long, but God gonna test us. He gonna test us to see how we really react in the test. Okay, we can say, I can say I love you, but do my actions say so? I can say I want to be with you. I want you to be my husband. Or I want you to be my wife. But do your actions say so? I can say I can tell this person, well, I really want to be with her. I really want to be with him. But I love her. But do your actions say so? And then like you say, like I'm just making examples. If you really want to be with somebody, and you telling your friend or you telling somebody that you confide in that you really want to be with that person, and you decide that you decide that, okay, but I don't know how to talk to that person. I'm just telling you what God was showing me in the spirit. So, what the Holy Spirit was showing me. But have you made action toward that person? Have you said anything to that person? Okay, when you praying for that child, have that's when your faith gonna kick in. Even when you get hurt in a relationship, what I'm trying to say, that's when your faith gonna kick in. You're gonna have to ask God that you're gonna have to come out on your faith, to ask God to heal you from that person that He may have chosen, she may have chose somebody else. They may not have chose you for no, I don't know why the reason why they may not have chose you, but that's got to hurt. So when you in a situation like that, you got to trust God, and you got to He gonna test you on your faith to see where your faith is. Your faith is this: you trusting God to heal you. You trusting God for you not to have anger for that person, people, place, or thing. You asking God to help you. Okay, that's what your faith is. Now He gonna see if you gonna ask Him for help, or you gonna get revenge of that person, or are you gonna get angry with Him because you done praying for that child and that child won't do right, or that grandchild won't do right. That he's testing your faith in all areas. So when He tested your faith, you got to stand still and ask God to help you. And you know what keep hitting my mind? What's his name? That song. You just don't want to know. I think a Wine sings that song. I can't think of his name, but he's saying you just don't want to know the sleepless nights that I had. You just don't want to know. what I've been through. You just don't want to know what people go through when they trying to get past something and get through something. So, but I'm over it now. So you have to wait for God to. God been putting that in my spirit. It's some things that people, place, a thing that we need to probably need to let go of. When I hear that song, I know that's something that we need to let go of. When he say, "I'm over it now," that means that it's some things we need to let go of. It's some things that need to have closure. That's what he told me right here. It say closure. So some things need to have closure. Some things need to be put in order. Some things need to be, you know. I want to speak to I want to speak to a woman, and I really want to speak to. I got to say this. If you've been hurt by a man and he chose somebody else over you, and you feel like you know that you was done wrong, you just keep doing what you doing and don't worry about that. God gonna take care of everything. Cause I feel that in my spirit very, very strongly. And I just want you to know that whoever hurt you, they owe you an apology, but you may not get that apology, but you keep moving on. You just keep on doing what you're doing and keep on trusting God and keep on loving God. He might have chose somebody over you. I don't know. He may have. I feel like it's a situation like that. He may have chose somebody over you. Might feel like I want to put this because God was giving me this as I was going through the day. You may feel like, well, why would he choose her when she's not even where she need to be? But see, that's not for you to say that. What you need to do is just trust God in the process. Because some people, and I'm just gonna put this out here, some people don't know how to go with something that's good for them. Some men don't know how to go for what's good for them. They only know toxicity. And they don't know how to come out of things that's not toxic. Only thing they know how to do is stay in toxicity. And that's what I feel like whatever I'm seeing in the spirit, I feel like this person don't know how to break free from whatever got them in bondage, and that's what I feel like. But we talk about that all the time, and that's why we talk about this so we can't stay stuck and stagnant. But I feel like God is waiting on some of y'all, men and women, to do closure. If you're not planning to be with a certain person, then you need to close out that. If you plan to stay with who you with, you need to close that. And God giving me this. You need to close that out. If you with somebody and you plan to stay with them because you've been with them a long time, then stay with that. Stay with that person. But I'm finna tell you something. If that person is not who God called you to be with, you just gonna have hell after hell after hell. No matter how much you try to make that work, if God don't want to go, you going to each time you go back, y'all break up and get back together. I promise you, that woman or that man gonna give you more hell. I've been there. That's why I surrendered. Because each time I went back, it was worse. Each time I began to come back and try to do it again, it would be worse. It would be worse. It would be worse than the third, fourth time. Until I just found the side. I can't keep hitting my head up against this wall. So I'm just here to tell you when your faith is tested. God is going to he's going to test your faith. Some of us are on the God is dealing with us because we are in a period of our life where we haven't did what God told us to do. So we got to he going when you don't do what God tell you to do, that's disobedience. When you don't listen, that's disobedience. So some of us going through some kind of setback because we didn't do what God we didn't go the way God wanted us to go. We went the way what we felt, and we felt for our flesh. And that's not of God. God don't work with flesh. He don't work with emotions, and He made that very clear to me. But I want you to know when your faith is tested, you have to go to the book of Job and see how his faith was tested. How he, even though everybody came up against him, he still believed in God. Just go read Job. But he is gonna test your faith in that relationship. He gonna test your faith if you gonna trust him to get over to heal you from whoever hurt you, or are you gonna get revenge on them? He's gonna because when a person hurts you, the first thing we want to do is get them back. That's just the honest truth. But listen, we can't do that. God said that we can't do that. We got to ask Him to heal. I was watching this Amos movie, Amish. These people was Amish, and I was watching this movie, and excuse me. And in that movie, I was realizing that in that movie, it was a school. They was all going to school that day. A it was it was a bunch of kids going there. But anyway, it was two sisters, and one of and two. It was a bunch of people. Got a gunman came in there, and he shot the kids, and he killed a couple of them. Okay, but you know, Amish people are not supposed to get angry. But the two friends, both of them, her daughter died and the other daughter died. But they had other kids too, but they didn't die. They didn't get killed. They got shot, but they didn't die. So what happened was, the one of the Amish women, she was very upset because her daughter had died and she really wanted revenge. And the other Amish woman was telling her, she said, we can't hate. She said, well, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? And don't you feel the pain of your child? She said, yeah, but each time the pain come to me, I have to ask God 20, 30, 40 times a day to take the pain away. That's what I'm saying. That is a test of your faith. That's when he's testing your faith. When that man hurt you and that man broke you, he want to know, are you going to get revenge on him? Are you going to feel like you lost the battle? Are you going to feel like that other woman won the battle? Are you going to feel like that your whole world going to crumble because that man didn't choose you? No, see, he testing your faith. See, he wants you to know your worth. He wants you to know that that man might not been for you. He wants you to know you need to put closure. Now I'm telling what God telling you, you need to put closure in your life. And if you a man and you know you're gonna be with another woman, and I've been picking this up in the spirit for a while, but I hadn't said them, but I'm gonna tell you, if you a man and you know you in a twin flame or a kingdom marriage, and you know that you have no intentions of going back to this woman, why do you put, because God showed me this, why do you put blockages in her way to keep her from going on? When you know that you are stuck there with this particular person that you chose. And I think that some of y'all that went against God and chose some of these women, I promise you, you're going to deal with them. And I promise you that God going to let you stay there because you should have not went there. You should have did what God told you to do. And what happened is when we don't do what God tells us to do, it's called disobedience. And it's the price behind it. Now, if you walking out of something, now this ain't for everybody. This don't resonate with you or not. Now, see, I didn't do what God told me to do when I was with the person that I was married to. And I'm gonna tell you, each time I went back, it was hell after hell after hell. Every time I would go back because I wouldn't listen to God, it just got worse and worse and worse. See, I was trying to build something on quicksand. You can't. We talk about this. See, this is a test of your faith. See, when God testing you to see, He giving you a second chance. You've been praying for a second chance to baby do your business or be with somebody or your child to change and this and that and this and all this and grandchildren to change or whatever they're going through. This is a test of your faith. Are you gonna really trust God to do this? Are you gonna do the right thing and go and give it to God? And you say, God, when it comes to your children, I'm gonna say this. When it comes to your children and grandchildren that you love so dearly and you care about them so dearly, and I'm gonna say this, and you done prayed for them, you done talked to them, you done did everything you need to do, and you don't have no more prayers to pray. Everybody in the family don't talk to them. Everybody you know don't talk to them, and they don't want to listen. What do? I was in that situation, and you know what? I went to God and I said, Lord, I done prayed and I done prayed. I don't know what else I need to pray. And I said, Lord, let your will be done. Whatever your will is, I ask that if it's the will of the Father, that you let it be done and just help me to get through what your will is. And then when I was saying that, something came over me and said this. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. So we don't get to choose how God deal with his children that he let us borrow. We don't get to choose that. We just have to ask God to help us through it. See, this is a test of your faith to see whether you're going to keep walking with him or you're going to turn backwards or you're going to turn angry. So when you walking in your faith and your faith is being tested, he's going to test you through a hard time. And it might be the loss of a child. It might be a child getting ready to go to jail. It might be a child that's sick and about to die. That's a test of your faith. And in that relationship that man chose over you, that's a test of your faith to see what he wants. He already know who you is. He wants you to see what you need work on. He wants you to know your worth. He chose somebody that wasn't even on the same level as you. So that shows a lot about that person. So you got to look at that. Are y'all really equally yoked? If he's still choosing people men or women still choosing people that are still in darkness, then that need to know if you in the light. That maybe that's need you to know that maybe he was not who he wasn't there for you in the first place. He was just somebody there to maybe help you grow and help you see your self worth. And once you see your self worth, maybe you're supposed to let them go. See, I'm not gonna. First of all, I'm not very fond, and I'm gonna tell you my personal opinion. I'm not very fond of a man that try to use me as an option. I ain't nobody option. I ain't nobody side piece and I ain't nobody option. I ain't gonna be nobody option. And that's just the bottom line with it. And because I not to say that I think I'm better than nobody else. No, I do not. I do not look down on nobody, but I ain't gonna be nobody option. That's for sure. I'm not gonna be a person, a spirit of God that you put me on the back burner when all the rest of them fed and you feel like you can come pick me back up. No, you're not gonna play me like that. You know, if he would, and I'm just gonna put myself in this situation when I'm feeling with this woman in the spirit. If he feel like you wasn't good enough, then maybe he didn't feel like he's good enough for you. I'm gonna put it like that. Maybe he felt like he wasn't good enough for you, and the best thing that he know was to push you off, was to leave. So I'm just here to tell you that sometimes rejection is your protection. So just know that when he rejected you because maybe he thought he wasn't good enough. Maybe he didn't think he was good enough to take care of you or do your standards or whatever. Because if you are really a woman of God and you've been delivered from all the stuff that you've been through hell, then you already you already at a certain place in life. And you really don't need no help from a man. You just want a companion. But everybody can't be your companion when you don't walk through the fire. You can't bring people to your level. If they don't want to be at your level or don't come in at your level, you can't bring them to your level. You have to let them stay where they at and they have to come on their own. You can't force them to come. And if he feel like he's over there with her, trust me, and God is telling me this. If he over there with her, whoever heart is hurting right now, if he over there with her, he not happy. And see, that show you how much standard she had. Because first of all, I ain't gonna be with no man that's thinking about another woman anyway. I'm not gonna be with no man like that. But see, once you know you can live by yourself, because I done did everything in the world that I need to do. I don't all that stuff like that. I don't have to worry about that no more. That don't bother me. Yeah, I want a companion, but I'm not about to be nobody option. I'm not about to have no confusion coming in my life. You know, if you come to me and you talk to me right, we can deal with some of these problems that you have. But I'm not gonna have no be with a man. I got to worry about another woman following behind him every 5 minutes, always trying to throw black magic on me and trying to do stuff with me. But if you don't want that woman, you have no intentions of going to that woman. Why do you kind of keep her from being with somebody else? And I feel this in the spirit. Don't do that because you only gonna block yourself. You trying to block her from being with anybody else because this is what I feel in the spirit and the spirit speaking. But you over there with a whole woman. But these are the people that's in these twin flames and in these kingdom marriages. You in there with a whole woman, but you don't want her to have nobody because you want to keep her available for you. Now you tell me how you think God gonna let you keep doing that. And I feel like because you didn't choose her anyway, you catching some type of grief from that. And I feel this in the spirit. And I haven't been saying anything about this. It's sometimes I sit on stuff. But if you need to make something right, you need to make something right. You may not can't be with that person. You need to make something right because God gave me this word right here. It's wrote right here. Say closure. If you don't want it, close it. He gave it to you. You reject it. If you don't want it, close it. Go to that woman or that man, and you tell them, "Well, I did this, and I'm sorry," and leave it at that. But until you put that closure there, nothing in your life gonna be right. And that's what God is telling me. So we have to do things in decent order. And this is when your test is your faith is tested. See, God is testing you, whoever you is. He testing you to see if you're gonna do what he to close this out. Or talk to this person. Either y'all gonna be together, y'all gonna work together, or y'all gonna separate. He wanna know what you gonna do. He want to know how you going to do it. Because it's been, I keep hearing 4 and 5 years. I keep hearing you keep being pulled back in by the same energy. Now, we've been talking about this, and I said, Lord, you after all this talking, they still being pulled back in by the same energy. See, when I told y'all Forrest Gump said run, 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 See, some of y'all want to run, don't know how to run. See, when I left mine, I left and I never looked back. That's what he mean by go. See, you want to still be in that vicinity. See, that's just like a person on drugs. I told you, if you on drugs, you can't. You done been rehabilitated. You can't go back to the same place. I done told y'all that now. You can't go back to the same place. You can't go back to the same people. You gotta find a new tribe that don't do no drugs. That's not toxic. That ain't gonna drag you back down that hole again. That's why he tell you when I told you to leave that person alone. I told you to don't put that person in your business, in your kingdom business. I told you to cut those folks off. Cause I'm gonna tell you the story again. When I was in ministry, and I want you to listen. When I was in ministry, I told it to you, I think one time, but I'm gonna tell you again. He said, "It's some preachers that you walking with, Tasha, that's not walking with me." So I went to this crusade. Well, I went to this place with this lady. Because, I try to see the best in everybody until God really should sit down and show me. Now, I want to tell you this. I began to, so I went up for prayers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 preachers there. So I went up there, and the lady grabbed me by the hand, and she said, "You tired?" She said, "What I want you to know is that God said you got to fight. See, when your faith is tested, you got to fight. Just like that Amish woman, you got to fight." Okay. And she said, God said, "You know the word of God." That's what she said. And I looked at her. She don't know me from Adam. I don't know her. I just got in her line. And she said, you know the word of God. She said, "But you walking with people that don't walk with God. God done told you to cut those people loose." See, this is what I'm telling, just for somebody. God, see, you keep playing when he telling you to cut these people loose. See, you keep playing with him. And when he say cut them loose, he mean for you to cut them loose. And I cut them people loose. And when I cut them people loose, my whole life began to change. See, you're gonna keep having this stuff, this bad stuff come upon you. And you're gonna be keep sucked back into that suck of the spirit. Because God is trying to free you. But you don't want to free yourself. So he done sent you a kingdom wife. He done sent you a twin flame. He done showed you the light. But you've been in the dark so long, you don't know how to come to the light. He trying to break the chains so you can come to the light. But you don't understand what the light is. Because you've been in darkness so much, and this is what these women and these men want to do. They want to keep you stuck. And this is how you know that a man is still not operating up under the spirit of the light. If he in a twin flame or he in a kingdom marriage and he with another woman and he don't want his counterpart to be with nobody else, that's just plain selfish. He want to block her, that's just plain selfish. And how long you think God gonna actually bless you or do anything for you but give you hell upon hell each time that you do something to that woman that he bless you with? Now tell me how you figure you gonna keep moving forward like that. If you don't want to give closure, if you got too much ego to say you sorry, then let her go. Let somebody else. See, you may not want, but you don't want nobody else to have it. That's selfish, and that's what God is showing me in the spirit. Either you want to put closure. If you don't want, if you want that over there, stay. If you want that succubus spirit over there, God is saying you can have that. You can have it all day long. But what He's saying is, you keep coming to me telling me, want me to change her, but she got to want to change for herself. She don't want me. That's what I hear God saying. You want me to change her and want me to change her like that woman I bless you with. This is what God telling me. But I can't change her like that because you know why? She ain't meant to be with you. She got a whole lot of cycles she got to close out for herself. And then she's sleeping with them type of women. Let me tell you what God was showing me. I'm gonna tell you what He was showing me about these type of women. They put these blockages in and don't want you to be with whoever you need to be with and all this and here stuff, and you feel like you can't be with that person. They sleeping with everybody in your family. God showed it to me. They sleeping with everybody in your family. They get pregnant and they end up having babies by people that's in your family, your brothers, your uncles. This is what God was showing me. And these people that's in this kingdom marriages. That's why I say, if God put you with somebody, He gonna put you with somebody that you ain't got to worry about mess like that. But a lot of women don't want to go into these twin flames and these kingdom marriages. I'm gonna tell you why they don't want to go into it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they come with these energies of these other energies falling behind them. And see them people, most of these women and men that's in these twin flames, one of the counterparts has been delivered, and the other one hasn't. So they don't want to bring that toxicity into their life. So they'll rather stay by themselves. But this is what I'm saying. I want you to understand something. If you don't want your twin, or you don't want, if you don't want your counterpart that God is trying to bless you with, if you don't want the blessing, I can't put it no other way. Then let it go. Let her go. Let somebody else that appreciate her have her or have him. Don't block her because you can't be with her. But see, that's simple. That's not a God. So I'm just here to tell you right now, God is he's the ultimatum now. You know, either you want him or you don't want him, because he getting ready to move her on, him on, her on. I'm finna tell you what he telling me. He getting ready to move her on, him on, because he's not gonna continue to let somebody stay with somebody else. Because most of the time, nine times out of 10, when these two kingdom marriages came together, or God placed y'all together, y'all both was married to somebody. One walked away. He said, "Well, why you can't walk away?" That one walked away. That's because you ate your ego and your pride and what people gonna think about you. That's what's got you where you can't walk away. And then because of that spell work, cause see, you've been some of y'all been up, some of these men and women been on so much spell work to it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And these women, they look at these divine women, and they look at them as that they want to put them in the energy like they in. But that's not true. That's not true. They'll tell, because see, I know when people out there lying on me and putting my name out there and all, I know it. But I'm just saying, I know who I am. So, when they get the line on me and saying that I'm a slut bucket and I'm this and that and I got an agenda and all that, I just, you know what I do? See, I know that ain't none of me. I know who I am in Christ. I know who God called me to be. See, I used to be a slut bucket a long time ago. But see, I ain't like that now. So, I know and confident in who I am. See, you got to know who you is. And you got to know that when you go through the faith, when your faith is tested, you got to know that when your faith is tested with that relationship, when your faith is tested with that child, that grandchild, that son or that grandson, you got to know that God got you. You got to know that your faith is what's gonna get you through. When you give it to God and you tell Him, Lord, I don't know what else to do. I give it to you, Lord. This is how you test your faith. You either gonna let it make you or break you. Your situation gonna either make you or break you. And your goal is for you to let it change you, so you can manifest to be better. And the next time another one come along, you'll be better with it. You'll be better with it. He don't want you to take your situations like that English woman she got anger, but that woman, like God brought me to help certain people that want to help to get past certain things. Okay, that's what that Amish one. They had the same hurt, but this woman here, her heart was a little bit more open to help her to heal. That woman talked to her and walked with her and helped her through. See, God put that woman in her life for a reason. But see, y'all, men and women that God is trying to call y'all together, do a purpose for Him. See, you don't understand. You've been called by His grace and mercy. But you don't understand what He trying to give you because you blinded and you still stuck and stagnant by these succubus energies that you need to let go of. Because He trying your faith. He's trying to let you know that your faith, you can say that you walking with God, but do your actions show that? Do your actions show that? I gave you somebody. Do your actions show that you even appreciate what I tried to give you? See, when you don't appreciate what God tried to give you, you rejected His blessing. Do you know what the punishment is for rejecting His blessing? And you thought that something else that you picked was better than what He blessed you with? No, no, it don't work like that. God, I did that. I rejected something that He told me to do, and I promise you, it took me almost 12 years to get out of it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, when you decide to deal with these people that is not of God, of you, I ain't gonna say of God, of you, that He called you to be, and they hold you back, you be stuck under that succubus energy, so you can't do the will of God. And that's when your faith is tested. He's testing your faith to see if you're gonna come out of it or you're gonna stay in it. He got the door open. I got somebody over here for you. I'm here. I'm gonna help your child, your grandson, go through this right here. You gonna trust me to do it, or are you just gonna get angry because this is what the judge said, or this is what they say? You gonna trust me that I'm gonna do something? I'm gonna help him to change because he might have to go behind bars, but it might be somebody behind them bars that can help him. That way we couldn't reach him, or they couldn't reach him, or nobody in the family could reach him. See, you got to trust the process of what God is doing. If he put you through this and he gave you a twin flame, he gave you a kingdom marriage, now it's up to you to either keep the door open, go to that person, apologize, make it right, see where y'all can go from there, and either close the door. Don't block that person from moving on. And that's what God been giving me for a while. That it's been you're trying to block them from going anywhere because you want to keep them around. But that's not of God. God don't work like that. And he's letting you know, I'm not going to keep my child waiting on you. I don't know who this for. I'm not going to keep my child waiting on you. Now, you either make a decision now or you let it go. If you choose to stay over there with that, well, he said, I'm letting you know, if you stay over there, you just might as well look to have more hell and more hell because you cannot build a foundation on somebody that I did not ordain you to be with. Now, I'm here to tell you this. Now, if God called you to be with your wife or your husband, you know God called you to be with that person, then nothing can break you up. But if you pick somebody on your own, it is not gonna work. I trust me, I know. I did it. And it didn't work. It came out to be hell on the hell on the hell. It was just like the bubbly hell. I'm trying to tell you, it was just I was miserable. I was angry. I was bitter. Every time I turn around, it just sucking money from me, sucking money from me. Give me this, give me that. But they ain't never got nothing to really offer them when they do offer it to you. They don't do them but suck it back up out of you. Some kind of way. The more I give, the more I give, the less I have. The more frustrated I am. I've been there. Thank God. I'm Martin Luther King. I'm free now. Thank you, Jesus. And I refuse to bring that spirit back in my life again, ever again. And I feel sorry for the women that think that they got to do witchcraft. They got to do whatever they got to do to take a man, to keep a man. I feel sorry for them because that let you know they self-worth is not where it need to be. They need to seek Jesus and they need to work on themselves because you should not be that codependent on a man. If it's not God, you shouldn't be that codependent on a man. And you shouldn't try to keep a man stuck with you because you got a child. That ain't got nothing to do with it. You shouldn't try to keep a man stuck with a child. Where that work at? I don't know where that work at. Do that really work? Because I never tried to do nothing like that. So I just want this point and tell you that your faith is being tested. God is testing your faith right now to see what you gonna do. Are you gonna go with what he told you to do? Or are you gonna stay in that energy that you've been in? In the name of Jesus. Are you gonna move? Or are you gonna stay? That's what God gave me. Are you gonna move? Or are you gonna stay? And that's the word that he gave me today. And I just thank God for each and every one of y'all for coming and coming to the channel. I thank you for liking and subscribing again. I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I pray that y'all have the rest of the weekend, a good weekend. And love yourself, meditate and pray. Fast. Do whatever God tell you to do. And just know that God, he loves you, but he wants you to make a decision on what you want to, now he wants you to do what he wants you to do. Because it's in his will. But if you choose not to, he good with it. So, it's your decision. So what I want to say is, God bless y'all. I love y'all. Y'all come back to the channel, share this on video if you feel like you need to share it. And I love y'all. And until next time, bye.